scheduled for one fall. Is for the RWA Tag Team Championship.
When I talk about starting hot, this is starting off hot and heavy, my friend.
Oh, and DUI has made their name for themselves since they've returned as a team. And it was this very exact building. They got a huge win at RWA Goes Broadway over the RWA champion AJB and Isaac Knox. And DUI, every time we see them in the ring, they get better and better. Bobby Rossi, you see them in their matching gear this time.
These guys have aged like a fine wine. You know, don't call it a comeback. They never went away, and they've been here for years. You're talking about a pair of veterans that have put the region on their backs and have gone toe-to-toe with some of the industry's absolute best. Anthony Stone and Kellen Thomas bring, between the two of them, over 30 years of experience to this dance. The DCMC better have their best tools sharpened up.
But they have a challenge ahead of themselves. Probably the most accomplished tag team currently in the RWA, DCMC, Mike Montero and Jamie Tucker. At least we think so right now, knowing them.
Well, look, these guys are known to manipulate any situation. And some may even argue that that has been the recipe to their success. They like to play the numbers game, but the DUI have seen this before.
The boys coming to the ring by Jason Bernard. James, Jamie Tucker, the Ace, Mike Montero, the Dark City, Murder Crew.
And you know what? This match is kind of personal for a lot of people. As we all know, Mike Montero is somebody that Jamie Tucker always looked up to. But now, they're in the ring with a tag team that Mike Montero looked up to. So it goes both ways, and that's why I'm looking forward to who could be the better team tonight. But let's face facts. We know how DCMC goes. Are they going to do it in a respectable way? Let's face facts.
You know, they say it's just not politically correct to throw dirt upon somebody's name, but when those have dug their own grave and have that dirt surrounding them, it's damn near impossible.
And can you tell me what the D in DCMC stands for?
Well, it's certainly a four-letter word, and I'm not going to give you my version of it. You're talking about the Dirt City Murder Crew. You're talking about a bunch of guys, and I hate to be devil's advocate. You're talking about a bunch of guys that were constantly told by everyone that they would never amount to anything, that they were not good enough.
But Mike Montero's holding that RWA Tag Team Gold. He's won tag titles 8 times, Bobby Rossi, with 5 different people. That's impressive. Mike Montero's familiar to the tag team game, but facing off a team like DUI, he could have his money's worth right here.
Yeah, you're talking about things coming full circle. The DCMC actually won those very tag titles they hold with such pride by tricking the losers.
Looks like we're going to get the Riot, Kellen Thomas, but who's going to start off with?
Really? Why don't you show Shidoshi what you got, home? I got it. Yeah.
Okay, show him what he got.
No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. This is it. Ready? Yeah, I'm good.
This kind of matchup is a type of matchup that Montero he's seen plenty of, but this is somewhat new territory for Jamie Tucker. He's never been a high-profile defending champion, and he's never really taken on such stiff competition as he has in most recent time. If there's either one of these two that's going to break first, in my opinion, I'm talking about the DCMC, I hate to say it, it's likely going to be Jamie first. Montero has seen just that many more reps. But Tucker he's all over this action. He's actually mesmerized. He wasn't even expecting that kind of escape. I was going to say he was very judicious in watching his opponent.
And that seemed like it was a little too easy for the Riot, Bobby Rossi.
Well, look, man, we talk about the experience factor and the difference between Montero and Tucker. The experience factor between DUI and DCMC cannot be ignored. Kellen Thomas knows how to maximize impact, if you will. He understands ring positioning better than most.
And here we go right now. That's that expertise over here. Going for the cover.
Crucifix-style pin and manipulating as much of the ring as possible. He understands what the game here is. He wants to leave Big Game James in the wrong part of town for as long as he can. Look at this. Wow. That was a pretty flashy reversal. I got to give it to him.
Oh, the question is, does Kellen Thomas have something of his own? Oh, he might. Oh, the Riot, Kellen Thomas, here we go. And what's it called? Big Game James goes flying. Oh, and Kellen Thomas standing tall right now. And DUI has shown why they earned the shot, and they want to capitalize tonight.
Here's the thing, DUI doesn't always play by the rules. They play by their rules. DCMC is likely get a couple tastes of their own medicine tonight. They ain't gonna like it.
And Anthony Stone going for the pin here. Only a 2 count. We're talking about a guy who's began wrestling in the early 2000s. He has definitely done his time, but capturing the RWA tag titles, adding to the return of DUI, this could be big for both Anthony and Kellen's career.
Oh, big kick evaded. Anthony Stone had the same thing in mind. Montero elects for a powerbomb. Stone with the evasion as well, and look at this.
Trade of blows right there by Anthony Stone. Here we go. Oh, we're going to see some Stone rain. Oh, no. Anthony Stone had something of his own. And he is fired up. He is all jazzed up, as DCMC once said.
Taking a page out of their playbook. The aerial assault of Anthony Stone was once Mike Montero's coup de grace, but he shifted to a lot more of a brawler lately. And look at that in stereo cover. Just a 2 count, says Manny Souza. DCMC are still the RWA Tag Team Champions. And right now, the champs, quite literally and figuratively, have had their backs up against the ropes this entire match.
And here comes Anthony Stone. You know, he made his return to wrestling over a year ago to see if he can still stand toe-to-toe with the best. And in the RWA, Mike Montero and Jamie Tucker, they are the best. They're the tag team champions for a reason. They might not do it under the best circumstances, but here we go. We can have new champs right here.
From the rafters comes Anthony Stone, and I think he would have gotten himself a 3 count. You got Tucker trying to break things up, and wisely so, trying to hang on to these tag team titles. At this point, I think they define the very DCMC.
Oh, here we go, DCMC. DUI ran the whole match, but now it's time. Sliced bread for Jamie Tucker.
Tucker, ever since running in, has changed the entire complexion.
A double whammy right there, and this could do it. And Anthony Stone kicked out Bobby Rossi. Let me ask you about how this match is going. Who do you think wants it more?
I think, honestly, Big Game James really wants it. Whether you like him or not, you got to admit, he ran into the midst of all of this chaos. He turned things around, and now it's the Dirt City boys that are in the driver's seat.
I mean, for Jamie Tucker, this is huge too. It's his first time at a Legacy walking in as a champion. You know what's even sweeter than that? Walking out as the champion.
I'm sure that's on his mind, Coach. You know, to legitimize himself as a contender and a champion is what every athlete wants to do. And with a pair of bruisers like Anthony Stone and Kellen Thomas as your adversaries, defending against a pair of guys like that, it just proves that you really are amidst the best.
And Kellen Thomas, he's starting to get fired up right now. The crowd of Providence starting to get fired up behind him. The question is, will Anthony Stone be able to get this tag right now? And he's starting to fight back against the ace.
Stone now off the ropes, unwisely runs into a kitchen sink. Montero, the deep hook of the leg, still just gets it too. And a blatant choke right in front of Manny Souza. That's DCMC. That is classic Dirt City. They know they have to stay on top. They know they can't give the DUI boys a single inch.
But you know what? You heard Davis Wright say it earlier. Anthony Stone is known as the Resurrected. He loves professional wrestling. He had a career under injury. He used to be known as the Hardcore Jesus, but he loves this sport, Bobby Rossi. He wants to be a part of it as much as he could. And now he's trying to come back into the game and team with someone like the Riot, Kellen Thomas. This is perfect for him.
Well, I mean, it's certainly a beautiful union and all, but right now he's got to get out of Dodge. He has certainly seen some better moments, and I'm talking about just in this matchup alone. He's out on his feet. Oh, wait, he has just enough left in the tank to land the Pele kick. Staggering Tucker. Will he make the tag?
Oh, big game, James taking down the Riot, and they're very smart tactics right here. A big double stop from Jamie Tucker, and here comes Mike Montero.
Right up on the shoulders is Anthony Stone. He makes his way to freedom.
Oh, here we go. This is what Anthony Stone needed. Picking up Jamie Tucker.
Technically, Montero is the legal man, and he knows this.
But Anthony Stone doesn't notice that. He's just trying to get Jamie Tucker over. Oh. On the ropes right now. And Mike Montero. Oh, what does he have planned? And that's all she wrote right there. Anthony Stone, the Riot, Kellen Thomas is there, Bobby Rossi.
Look, these guys will make the highlight reel every single night they are on the card. But you've got to be aware of your surroundings. And someone like Kellen Thomas, he knows what's on the line.
Oh,
he'll snap out of whatever stupor he's in to keep his hopes alive.
And you see that frustration on the right. He needs that tag. Smart tactics by Montero and Tucker, capitalizing any moment they could. And here we go right there. Anthony Stone, he gets the tag.
Thomas is an absolute skyscraper of fire, single-handedly taking on both members of the Dirt City. Oh, look at this.
Oh, he has him. Oh. And Montero and Tucker go flying. And the Riot, Kellen Thomas getting that second win.
Oh, those educated feet on display, piecing up big game James with ease.
And a big takedown to Tucker, one to Montero. Bobby Rossi, he is fired up right now. Oh, no.
He misses big.
Oh, it doesn't matter. The Riot.
He's fighting through every bit of pain.
We could have new champs right here. And Mike Montero kicks out at 2.
This has been an absolute wild ride so far.
And you said before Jamie Tucker wants it, Bobby Rossi. Kellen Thomas wants it right now. You see him stomping his feet. Oh, here we go. And DUI right now. A big kick to Tucker. The strength from Anthony Stone. Going to the top.
Lands the moonsault cover here.
Oh, wait a minute.
Did you really think that Jason Devine was just going to sit back and watch on the monitors?
But Manny Souza, oh no! With the belt right there from Mike Montero, and Manny Souza doesn't see it. And it looks like Jamie Tucker and Kellen Thomas in the ring. Oh, Mike Montero. Oh, right there. Oh, but you see that reverse right there, knocking out Anthony Stone in the corner. It looks like we're down to Tucker and Thomas right now, Bobby Rossi.
Kellen has nobody to tag to. The Dirt City boys have done their best to absolutely defile what we know as tag team wrestling just to keep things tilted in their favor.
And Jamie Tucker going for a suplex. And the Riot's fighting back.
Thomas now with a sunset flip attempt, but it gets him nowhere.
Oh, he's grabbing Montero. Manny Souza doesn't see it. No! And Bobby Rossi, we were just talking how bad DUI wanted it, but did we not say how it was going to happen before?
Look, man, we've seen this one too many times. They've played the numbers game, and they did so to perfection. I don't agree with it. I don't like it any more than you do, but I can't say I'm surprised.
And look at the frustration and disappointment right now from Anthony Stone and the Riot. But to them, to DCMC, it was just another day in the office for them. And they're still the RWA Tag Team Champions. Oh, look at them bust a move right now.
Well, they're awfully proud of themselves, you know. They once again have stolen another victory.
Mike Montero and Jamie Tucker, but thanks to Jason Devine.